What's up guys, it's your boy Diggy Dash and I'm back for another video. In this video I want to show you why I think the Legion Go is an absolute emulation beast. It's an absolute savage, and the reason why I say that is because it can emulate stuff all the way up to PlayStation 3. It does switch with ease. It's just a fantastic vehicle to use to emulate all of your favorite, well, we can call them retro games nowadays, you know. Imagine that 2026, the PlayStation 3 is considered retro. But yeah, this is where we are. So this is a PlayStation 3 emulator called RPCS3. It's a fantastic emulator. I'll put the link down in the description how to set it up, how to get that going, get that started. But it's not a hugely complicated process. You know, you have to download the official firmware for the PlayStation 3, which you can get for free from the PlayStation website. And the setup guide is fairly easy to follow. You know, it shows you how to set up the controllers and whatnot. Obviously, you need to download the games yourself from whatever means you use. But it's not too hard to get that done. It's not too hard to get that sorted and get yourself set up to be playing the PlayStation 3 games. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a demonstration of what games to play. Not necessarily what games to play. You choose what games you want to play, but how to adjust some of your settings. As you can see, what I've got going on here. And like I said, once you're set up, you only set yourself up once, and then you're good to go. You can use a PlayStation DualSense controller. You can use basically virtually any controller will work with it. But at the moment, I'm using the DualSense controller from one of my PlayStation 5's controllers. So I'm gonna load up the classic, which is Fight Night. I'm gonna do a lot of cutting, a lot of editing here, just to cut out the loading and whatnot, because it emulates the PlayStation 3 in the sense that it even emulates some of the load times from there as well. Not sure if that is needed, but whatever. But as you can see, it runs fantastically. It runs at full frame rate, and it gives you an easy way of reliving the classics from the PlayStation 3 era. And the PlayStation 3 had some really, truly fantastic games on that platform. And this is a great way of reliving it. So I'm going to quickly jump out of Fight Night just to show you that Sleeping Dogs, which is another classic from the PlayStation 3 era, runs beautifully with slight graphical hitches here and there, but nothing major, nothing game breaking. It's still an enjoyable experience. It's like one of the better games from the PlayStation 3 era. It's just, you know, such a unique concept in the sense that, you know, it's set in where is it set? Is it set in Hong Kong? I like to say, but I've not played it in so long. But I do remember having very fond memories of playing it. Actually, I think I got introduced to it on the PlayStation 3, but I've played it on the PlayStation 4 somehow. Hey. But anyway, fantastic game. 100% worth getting. You know, buy that officially. And if you have the official version, obviously get yourself a backup, if you know what I'm saying. But it's a fantastic game, fantastic storyline, loads of action, you know, set in a different culture, which is rich and vibrant. It's such a good game. Love the game. Okay, now let's just quickly jump out of that into Xbox 360 emulation. So imagine there's a handheld console emulating Xbox 360 in 2026 using the Xbox controller. Crazy work. On a Windows device, crazy work. So yeah, here's another example of just how versatile the Legion Go is, because it runs Burnout almost flawlessly. It runs at full speed. It looks good. It sounds good. No major graphical hitches, or almost none. There's a lot of flexibility in this. I'm using the emulator called Xenia, which I'll put the link in the description for, and it's very simple to use. It's got a very basic interface, but it does get the job done, and that's just all about. At the end of the day, it doesn't get in your way. You can actually use it as a complement to your front ends that you're using to, showcase your games and your emulators. And that's probably the way that it was designed anyway. But yeah, fantastic emulator, classic Burnout game, classic madness where you just literally smashing through traffic, destroying everything. Like, this is crazy work, absolutely crazy work. So yeah, let's jump out of that and let's jump into Switch emulation. I'm going to use the Heave Ho as a demonstration of this device playing Switch games, because obviously Nintendo don't you to play their games, without their consent. So but Heave Ho, classic games, the indie game is so much fun. Something that you can play by yourself, you can play with co-op with your friends, family. It's just so much fun to work together or work against each other. It's just one of those games that you should add to your collection, because like I said, it's just a complete bag of fun. And as you can see, I've got all the settings here, it's looking good. Very easy to set up. This is an emulator called Citron, and Citron itself was very easy to set up. I'll put the link in the description how to get that set up, but it won't take you too long to do. And like I said, you can, once you get it all set up and running properly, you can incorporate it into your front end, wherever it may be, whether it be like EmuDeck or ESDE or whatever you're using. Integrate straight into there. It'll look fantastic, sound fantastic, and you have a very good retro gaming machine within the Legion Go. And I think one of the benefits of having the Legion Go is that it's a portable device. Yes, it's big and bulky, but you can plug it into your TV, have a Bluetooth controller to hand or two, and there you go. You got a mobile retro gaming station right there. You can take it to your friend's house, play with your mates. Have a couple controllers, and then you can take it home again. You can play with it on the way home, and then when you get home, you can plug into the TV, or you can play in bed, so you don't interrupt your other half or whatever it is you got going on in your situation. Yeah, but it's kind of wild that I'm using an Xbox 360 controller to control Switch games on a Legion Go. Madness. Anyway, so now I'm using the PC SX2 emulator, which is for the PlayStation 2. Now the PlayStation 2 also has some fantastic games. You know what? Sony just been killing it for the past few decades, 2 decades, nearly 3 decades of just classic games on their platform, attracting developers who produce some of the most amazing pieces of art, which I do feel like should be preserved. And one of the fun ones in this example I'm using is Def Jam Fight for New York. It's like a wild hip hop game, crazy work, dope soundtrack, crazy fighting, so much fun. And here's another classic as well on the same platform. That's Tony Hawk. And I forgot how much fun this game is. It's literally like, it took me a couple of minutes to kind of get back into it, get back into the flow of how to play it. But once you do, you're throwing all kinds of wild moves out there into the air. It's so much fun to play. And definitely we will be playing a lot more of it on this platform, because it's fun. At the end of the day, that's what gaming is all about: having fun by yourself, having fun with your friends, using it to relax, chill. That's what it's all about. Gaming is for life. And there's another classic game that I really think that everyone should have a look at. This is Scarface. The World Is Yours. I think it is just a classic. Scarface, based on the Scarface movie. Well, kind of follows on from the Scarface movie with an alternative ending, in the sense that Tony Montana doesn't actually die when he gets shot to death at the end of the original Scarface movie, and somehow they made a whole game out of it, where he's trying to regain his empire and become the loser of losers, Kingpin again. It's a completely wild game, over the top, completely outrageous, and it's so much fun. And you can see there's got this cut scene where from the end of the original movie, where Tony Montana has an unfortunate end. And this is the point where he says, "Hello to my little friend." Or should I say hello to my little friend. Blows the door open. Classic moment. But anyway, let me wrap this up and just quickly say that the Legion Go is awesome. It's so much fun. It's so versatile. You can play Xbox games. You can play Xbox 360 games. You can play, PlayStation games. You can add a front end and play all of your retro games. You can play Dreamcast games. I'm not even going to that. Dreamcast is my favorite platform. You can play Xbox Game Pass. It's just, Epic games, Steam games. It's an absolute beast, but it's also an awesome emulation station, should I say. It's just, I highly recommend it. Buy it secondhand, get a good price. Love it. Same way that I love it. I highly recommend it. Go get that. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Let your friends know. Let me know what kind of content you like to see. I do enjoy making YouTube videos. I'm trying to get better at it, trying to improve the quality. I'll get there in the end. My goal is to kind of make a video every week, and I'm kind of sticking to that. And hopefully by the end of the year, I'll be awesome at it. Anyway, guys, take care. Have a good week. Have fun. Play your games, max and relax. And I'm just saying, peace.